What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to be making some white rice. White rice is one of the most commonly used carbohydrate sources that I personally use and that I will use with clients as well. And there's two main reasons for that. One of which is that white rice digests really well. It doesn't sit heavy in the stomach. You can eat it. It digests super well, super easy, and also it tastes great. There are two main types of white rice that I commonly use. It's going to be a jasmine rice and it's going to be a basmati rice. So I've got jasmine rice here today, and that's what I'm going to be cooking up. Jasmine rice is going to be a little bit denser, a little bit stickier, whereas basmati rice will be more fluffy and a lot more individual grains and actually appear to be a lot more volume for the same amount of white rice. So in periods when your food is higher, maybe you're in a growing phase, jasmine rice works really well. Periods where you're not eating as much rice, maybe a fat loss phase, basmati rice does really well there. The main thing with white rice is that you need to have a rice cooker. So I have a rice cooker here. Mine is the Yoki-Kan. Get a rice cooker. It doesn't have to be anything super fancy, but get a rice cooker. You know, you're eating white rice fairly frequently, and to cook that on the stovetop every single time that you make white rice, it's just kind of a pain in the ass because you have to tend to that. That's an open flame, okay? So it's wildly inefficient because one, you have to keep an eye on it, and two, shit can go wrong. With this, all I do is put it in here, turn it on, and that's it. I don't have to watch it. I don't have to keep an eye on it. It's on an automatic timer. It lets me know when it's done. Easy peasy. And I also can keep it warm using the stay warm feature on the countertop for the day if I need to do that, right? Or I can just take it out and put it into the refrigerator. A rice cooker is an absolute no-brainer. If you don't have a rice cooker, go get a rice cooker. In preparing your rice, the first step that you're gonna do is wash your rice. Okay, you're gonna rinse it, and the reason that we do that is to get the excess starch off of the rice. Okay, so today I'm gonna be cooking up 3 cups of raw white rice, and to that I'm gonna be adding about 3 cups of water. Now, this is where things can vary a little bit depending on how you like your white rice. I would generally suggest just to follow what the bag has in place in terms of the directions, and you can't go wrong with that. But whatever route you end up going, whether you use a little bit more water or a little bit less water, just be consistent with the amount of water that you put in, because that is going to influence the cooked weight of that rice. I write my plans by cooked white rice, and so if you're using a different water amount each time you cook your white rice, that's going to influence what that rice weighs in the end product, okay? So just be consistent with whatever amount of water you're putting into the rice, and you'll be good to go. And again, if you're not sure whether you like a little bit more water, a little bit less water, just go with what the bag suggests, okay? So I'm gonna be getting my 3 cups. So I got 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm gonna be rinsing the rice. So we'll take this over to the sink and just start rinsing it. This is how I do it. You could put it in a strainer if you wanted to. Now what you'll see is that the water is kind of milky. It's really quite milky. I want to keep rinsing the rice until most of the water is clear. You don't got to get crazy with it, but at this point the water is very milky. You can see that. I want to just keep repeating this process till that water is mostly clear. So now at this point you can see the water is a lot more clear. It's still a little bit cloudy, but I'm fine with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain out the remaining bit of water in here, and I'll be good to go. This goes back into the rice cooker, and from this point I'm gonna go ahead and add my water. I'm gonna go 3.5 cups. 1, 2, 3.5. From this point, all I gotta do is close the lid, quick start, and start. That's it. My rice is going to be done in 15 to 20 minutes. And just to clarify on why we do the rinsing process again, it's to remove excess starch. That's why the water was cloudy. And also that ensures that the rice doesn't get all mushy and clumped together, and that we have some individual grains rather than something like a rice porridge. That's it. Super simple, super easy. If you don't have a rice cooker, get a rice cooker because it makes your life much easier and much more efficient. While this is cooking, I can go off and do something else with my time.